Flexors, thank you for joining me in this little hamstring hip opening active stretching session. This is a sequence that I came up with earlier this week when I was preparing to go into the studio and knew that I was going to be needing a lot of hamstring and hip mobility to do a lot of flexy bendy tricks. So this is great if you need a little warm up. It's also great if you are just feeling kind of tight and want to just open up your body. It's also a little bit more chill, so maybe you don't have 100% energy to do something high intensity right now, but you still want to open up your body. This is the perfect chill girl hamstring hip opening session. A lot of what we're going to be doing is on the floor. So if you need something a little bit more chill but want to use some really effective stretching techniques, this is the perfect little sesh for you. You are going to need a resistance band because we are going to be working with one of my favorite techniques, which is your PNF stretching. PNF stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, which is a fucking mouthful. So we're just going to use PNF. And it's a technique where we're gonna go into a stretch position and we're gonna activate the muscles, engage, and then relax. And we're gonna go back and forth between activating, kind of pushing, engaging, and then relaxing completely. And it's a great way to just open up that deeper flexibility and really feel that progression into a deeper stretch. Your brain really likes this. It's a great way to connect that mind to muscle awareness that your brain really likes to allow you to stretch deeper. So we're going to be playing with that. You also will need a couple of yoga blocks for some of our moves as well. So if you need any of these props, I'll link the ones that I use below. And yeah, we're just going to get into these hamstrings and your hip flexors are our two main focuses today. So this is really great if you want to prime your body for your splits. This has been feeling really good for my body lately, and these are just some of my favorite moves that I've been playing with lately, so I'm excited to share them with you. So with that said, go ahead and grab your props and go ahead and join me lying down on your mat. We're going to start out nice and chill today. You can put your band to the side. I have my yoga blocks here on either side of my mat. We'll get to those later. And go ahead and roll down. We're going to tune in with some breath. Before we get into the body, we're going to connect with the breath. Take a moment to just arrive here on the mat. I've got one hand on my heart, one hand on my belly, feeling that gentle rise, expansion, and fall with the breath. You spread your toes on the floor, feel the soles of your feet on your mat. Really allow your whole back to melt to the floor. Take this moment to feel held by the earth. Sending your body love and ease, because that sense of safety is so important when we are wanting to open up flexibility in our body. So we'll take one last breath here. Let it go. Beautiful. Keeping that right foot planted on the floor, we're going to draw the left knee in. We're going to start with some nerve flossing. A lot of times when we are wanting to open up our hamstrings, they feel a little bit tight. Sometimes it's actually our sciatic nerve, not our hamstrings, that is agitated and creating that sense of tightness. So we're going to start there. Bring my hands to the left leg. We're going to point, straighten, flex, bend. And we're not going for our most intense stretch here, right? We're just starting to open up the back of the leg. Straighten, flex, bend, point, straighten, flex, bend, rolling through this. Point, straighten, flex, bend. Keep going. And that smooth flow. We're rolling through each position. We're not trying to hold the extension for a super long time here. We'll go for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and circle that ankle here, keeping the leg straight. Beautiful. Now holding onto that foot, we're going to start to slide that right leg out along the floor, keeping that heel connected, pressing it all the way straight and back in. Sliding out straight for that length through that hip flexor, through that leg, and in. Slide it out and in. We're trying not to let the left leg kind of come back. We're almost trying to hold it here and slide out. In. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we're going to move into a little bit of a more active pose here. So planting that right foot on the floor, we're going to lift up into a single leg glute bridge. Holding this leg, come down, slide it out, and in. Press up, and down, slide out, and in. Activate up, down, slide out, into more up, down, slide out, and in. This right here is a really great exercise, especially to do for your leg extensions. Let's go ahead and switch, left leg down, nerve flossing on the right side. Straighten, flex, bend, point, straighten, flex, bend, point, straighten, flex, bend. If you get any kind of like spicy, tingly sensation, like in your foot or along your leg when you flex, that could be an indication that your sciatic nerve, especially, you could really use this right now. I'm definitely feeling mine start to lessen as we roll through this. So sciatic nerve flossing is a really helpful thing to start with if you've been struggling with your hamstring and back of leg flexibility. I've got another class for it linked below. If you really just get like spicy, sharp sensations down your whole leg anytime you try to stretch your hamstring, it may be your nerve more than your muscles being tight. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. And holding this right leg straight, we're going to slide that left leg along the floor, trying to keep that contact the whole time. Go as far as you can to straight, sending energy down through that hip flexor, and in. Slide it out, and in. You'll feel we're making it quite active here, pressing along the floor, and slide it out. 2 more, out, and out, and in. Single leg glute bridge, up, down, slide out, in, up, down, slide out, in, up, down, out, in. Last one, up, down, out, in. Beautiful. Now we're going to straighten it out, lift the head to the leg, and we're going to switch to a little scissor. And I'm pressing that bottom leg down, see if I can touch the floor, and switch. Switch. We'll go 6, 5, lengthen down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and grab our band now. We're going to put it around our left leg here, left foot, I should say. I'm getting it kind of right on the ball and my toes here, so you can see that's where I've got it. Moving into our PNF stretch, so you want to get the band where you can have a good grip and kind of let your arms relax down the floor. Remember, we're chill girls here. So come to find your first, like where you're at without pushing too much and like really, like making it intense. Just kind of find like where your chill hamstring stretches right now. Keep that leg straight. Now we're gonna think about engaging these muscles down here, our glutes, our hamstrings, everything to push into the band, push away, engage, and then we're gonna relax and let the band pull us back. Engage and press, and relax, moving into that PNF here. So push away and relax. Keeping this right leg nice and heavy and anchored into the floor. Push away and relax. You'll notice your leg might start to get a little bit lower on the relax when it surrenders to the pull of that band. Push away, engage, and relax. Engage, surrender. Do a few more of these at your own timing, right? Getting that engagement, you press, squeeze mind into muscle, and then relax and pull that band. Engage, relax. Last time, engage. Really push that band and soften. Beautiful. We're going to take it over across, taking more of a diagonal stretch here. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Pushing away and relax. I'm going to bring my hands overhead. That's feeling easiest. Push away and relax. Pull it in. And now we're trying to keep this hip anchored. Don't let it roll over here too much, okay? Push away, engage, soften. Engage, soften. Engage, soften. Push and pull. Beautiful. Over to the side now. Same thing. We're going to push down, draw in, push down, draw in. Energy through the whole leg. Like really straighten and then relax. Straighten, relax. For 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. And you shake that leg out really quick. And switch. Right leg. So we're starting chill here, right? And we're going to just let that engage and relax slowly tease us down further, okay? So engaging, relaxing. Thank you. Engaging the muscles that we're then trying to stretch. Relax. Push. Surrender. And relax. Y'all know what to do. Find that engage and relax. And as it's feeling good, you can start to pull that foot down, however far is feeling good when you think about relaxing that leg. Push and pull. Push and pull. A couple more this side. Push and pull. Push, pull. Beautiful. Let's bring it across. Doing that diagonal without rolling to the side. Keep that right hip anchored. And push away. And draw in. Stretch. Relax. Stretch. Relax. Feeling so good. Stretch. And relax. Don't forget to breathe here. A couple more this side. Beautiful, let's bring it over to the right side now. Pressing away, straighten, pull in. Press and stretch. Engage and relax. Engage, stretch. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, you can let that band go, shake it out. Shake out both these legs here. That band to the side, we're gonna rock back to rock up. All right, friends, moving into a lunge here, right, left leg forward. And I'm placing my hands on these blocks here. That's what we've set ourselves up for. So I'm gonna keep my right foot pointed in the back and try to not let it kind of come in and sickle like that. You wanna keep it nice and straight and strong. And here's what we're gonna do. Bring my hands lightly onto the blocks here. So I'm not trying to lean over too much, trying to be nice and straight up. Just for a little bit of lifting support, I'm going to straighten the back knee and drop. Squeezing my booty, press up and drop. Getting that active, strong, stretchy hip flexor and down. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. From here, moving back into our half splits. We're not going to stay here. We're actually going to lift this leg up. Keeping that leg nice and straight. Lift up for 5, 4, 3. Really engage this right glute. 2, 1. Come forward, lunge, and up. 5, 4, heart open. 3, 2, check that back foot, no sickling. 1, beautiful, shift back and lift for 5. Really strong hip flexors and core here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, come forward and lift. 5, 4. Energy going back through that leg. Squeeze the booties here. 3, 2, 1. This time you can keep the blocks, or maybe you want to use a wall or a pole to stay nice and upright. And option 2, to lift that leg even higher for 5, 4, nice tall spine. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, come forward. I'm gonna do a little ankle circle here in this half split. And I'll melt forward, lunge. And press back. One more. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm inhaling, I slide forward into that left split. Oh, I don't know about y'all, but that's feeling pretty good to me. So from here, you can bring the blocks out to the side. And we're gonna do a little supported lightly through the blocks under our hands. Hover and lift. Find that flat back down, long neck, shoulders away from the ears, and lift. Inhale down, exhale up. 3, 2, and 1. Let's just breathe here for a moment, sitting up nice and tall. Beautiful, plant the hands, tuck the back toe, we're gonna lift up and back. For a little down dog here, walking it out for a moment. Before stepping that right foot forward, bringing those blocks in. For our lunge, remember, just fingertips on the blocks here to give us a little bit of support, really squeezing through the booty. And I'm not letting my hips open up here. I'm keeping them nice and parallel. Point the back foot. Let's lift up 5. Straighten 4. Really strong and straight 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come on back and lift up 5, 4. Pull that core in 3, 2, 1. And come forward. Lift up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, working those hip flexors. Last time, maybe you even want to try bringing your hands off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this time, if you wanted to, again, use the wall for a little bit of balance to lift that leg a little bit higher. Go for 5. Optional, you can still use the blocks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's find that flow between lunge and half splits. Forward lunge. And melt, flat back. Last time. And sliding forward into our split here. Breathing, bring our arms out to the side. Inhale, flat back down. Exhale up. 5. Use the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's hold here just to breathe. Beautiful. Plant those hands, tuck the back toe, lifting up and back. Taking our last downward dog of the practice. Before coming back down to the floor. Coming back onto our backs here, we are going to just use one of our blocks now. Lifting up the hips. Placing the block right underneath our sacrum, okay? So not on the low back here. We don't want our hips dropping off the back end of the block. We want the hips, our sacrum, tailbone supported by the block here, okay? So this is one of my favorite moves of all time. It's so good. This is great, especially if you really want to work on getting that nice flat line split in, a jade split or any of your splits on the pole. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start by extending that right leg on the floor again, keeping that ankle attached. And we're just gonna hug the left knee into the chest here. This already feels like a nice stretch through the hip flexors. So just take a moment to enjoy that here. Energy through the leg. We're not limp, it's very engaged. Lengthening, lightly pressing into the floor, and then the left leg is really relaxed, and we're getting that heaviness through the arms, hugging it into the chest. Beautiful. From here, we're going to begin to straighten that left leg, Holding onto it where you can. And we're gonna pull that left leg towards the face until it feels like, oh, that right leg wants to start to float off. How far can you go before it starts to come off? And you don't need to come off very far, just about a couple inches. Now we're going to use that active flexibility, press down and up. We're gonna press that right heel to the floor, tap, and lift. Holding that left leg where it is, trying to not let it come back, but just working that active flexibility through these hip flexors, through this leg here, just squeeze down. 4, 6, squeeze down. 5, 4, 3, squeeze 2, 1. Hold it, squeeze, press it to the ground as you pull that left leg in a little bit more. And again, we're gonna go for 5, stretching it just a couple more inches. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Go ahead and switch. Left leg comes down to the floor, right knee hugs in. You want to make sure the leg's not going out to the side, but that it's really straight down and we're not getting any kind of funky openness through the hips here. We don't want to bypass the hip flexors by opening up the leg to the side here, so keep it on the mat. Engaged and anchored through the left side, relaxed and hugging in through the right. Take a few breaths here. Beautiful. Let's straighten that right leg and then pull it towards your face until you start to feel that left leg needing to come off to accommodate. Okay? And we're gonna squeeze down. Squeeze and lift. Press and up. Really straight through both legs. Let's go. Squeeze 6, 5, 4, squeeze down 3, 2, 1. Hold it down so you can hug that right leg in an inch or 2 closer. And lift up. Squeeze back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, so good. Come on down. Beautiful. Let's lift the hips, remove the block. We're gonna roll to our side here for one of my other favorite hip flexor stretches, which is our reclined double stag. So I've got my left leg forward, right leg back here. I'm kind of tucking it under a little bit. This foot is pretty close to my butt. The foot is pointed. Remember my hands behind me here, so I'm facing straight forward. I'm gonna lift up the hips and tuck the pelvis. Really important here to get that pubic bone up before lowering the hips. Now this may feel good and you might want to test it out. Can I go a little bit lower here? Maybe this is a good spot for you. We're gonna bring back in that PNF stretching by gently, emphasis on gentle, doesn't have to be intense, pressing the shin and the top of the right foot, pointing it, pressing it into the floor like you're trying to press yourself away. You're gonna gently engage through the quad and then relax. Gently engage, press away, activate. You might feel that deepening the stretch a bit and relax. Press, engage, and relax. And you know what? That's making me feel ready to drop down a little bit lower. If that feels good for you, please join me. You can do a few more here, gently pressing for a few moments and then softening. Engaging and softening. Just gonna breathe here. Now, if you would like a little bit more here, what you can also do is hug this left knee into your chest. As you can see, I'm using my elbow here to kind of prop myself up to hold this leg so that I can still then focus on anchoring that right knee back down to the floor and getting that nice quad hip flexor stretch. While I'm here, I'm gonna breathe, really centering in on Using my diaphragm for my breath here, feeling that expansion through the low ribs and the belly to help find some calm in the intensity of this deeper stretch. To encourage your whole body to embrace and surrender. Beautiful. Wherever you are, we're going to roll to our left side to release that back leg, to press up. And let's switch around. Left leg comes back now. Hands behind to lift and tuck. Lower back down. Start to lower down and check in, right? At first, this is feeling like my limit, but I'm going to bring in that PNF stretching of gently activating, trying to press my left shin and top of the foot, pointing that toe into the floor, and relax. Press away, engage, and soften. All right, and if it feels good for you, you can lower down. Obviously, no pressure, you can listen to your body. And then if you would like to get this leg in, you can bring it in, and then focus on anchoring that left leg back down to the floor here. Wherever you're at, focus on your breath. Where can you allow your body to let go? Beautiful. Rolling to the right to release the back leg. Awesome. Go ahead and grab your block. We're going to do a little bit of side split hip mobility here. So I'm going to come onto my belly here, bringing my block here so that I can place my left inner thigh just before the knee onto the block. So we're in kind of a lifted half frog here, if you will. And what we're going to do is, with the left leg lifted, we're going to straighten out and come back in. So it's up to you, depending on where feels good for your hip, where you want, if you want it farther up or farther back. And then I'm trying to just relax and keep my hips thinking about anchoring towards the floor. I'm going to straighten out and come back in. Straighten out to the side, come back in. Extend and in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. I'm going to come up for a little arch here. If this isn't feeling good, no worries. For me, it's feeling a really nice inner thigh stretch. Come on down. And from here, we're going to roll onto our backs from our bellies. Staying with this left side here, I'm going to take a half happy baby and I'm going to wrap this left arm around the inside and then grabbing onto the outside of the foot here. So coming into this half happy baby, anchoring down through the right leg here. And then I'm just going to straighten and rebend. And as I'm straightening, I'm trying to keep this right leg on the floor, not letting it like swing off to the side or anything, keeping it really anchored, feeling that stretch, that lengthening of the feet away from each other, and in. Straighten and in. If this isn't feeling good for your arm, you can just wrap around like this. Optional. Do what feels right for you. Straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Beautiful. Last time, straighten and hold. And relax. Beautiful. Coming on up to switch around, do the same thing on the other side. So finding my half frog pose here on my right side. And when you're ready, go ahead and join me in the straighten and bend. Straighten, bend, out, in, out, in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to press up here. And come down. You're sweeping onto our back. And finding our half happy baby, anchoring this left leg down to the floor. Finding that stretch here. And when you're ready, join me in extending and in. Extend and bend. Out and in. Keeping this left leg anchored and in. Last time, out and hold. And in. Beautiful. Last time taking this legs, I'm just going to do a little twerk, 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 letting my inner thighs, my quads, my hamstrings, calves, just let everything relax. Beautiful. All right, let's come down just to find a moment of stillness to allow all of that beautiful work we just did to integrate into your body. I know the temptation to rush off to the next thing in your day might be strong, but this moment of stillness, intentional rest is more important than the entire workout. It is in the stillness that we build the strength. It's in the stillness that our body digests the experience that we just had so that it may adapt. And the next time you come onto the mat, it feels more easeful, more accessible. It's in the stillness that we build the stretch capacity. So close the eyes, soften the jaw, let your whole body surrender to gravity and feel the earth below you. Just feeling the endorphins and all of the bliss brain chemicals that come from stretching, that come from movement. You can imagine with each inhale, this wave of warmth rushing down into your belly, down to your hips, through your legs, down to your feet, bringing that relaxation and that recovery, that activating that innate wisdom that each cell and muscle fiber has to adapt and learn and come back stronger, more flexible, more trusting. On your next inhale, begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, circle the ankles and the wrists. I'm just going to bring a gentle touch of gratitude and affirmation, appreciation to my legs here. And bring the arms up the body, just stretch, get nice and long. Rolling to one side. Woo! Good job, my friends. I hope you're feeling so good and open. Right now my legs are feeling that kind of tingly warmth that comes from getting that good stretch and work in. And that is just the beauty of active stretching. It's so potent. And if you want more of it, I have my flexibility masterclass available that I will link below. This is a mini self-study virtual course. So I'm going to teach you everything I know about gaining flexibility in a healthy way that truly works with your brain and with your body instead of against it. If you have ever felt really stuck or plateaued in your flexibility, or just ever thought, well, I'm just not a flexible person, this is the course for you. If you want to learn how to actually stretch in a more efficient way than just passively, waiting for flexibility to happen, this is a great series that's going to give you all the techniques and tell you how and when and why to use them in your journey as a dancer. And it also has 3 different master classes that will take you through active stretching for middle splits, for back bends, and for shoulder mobility. So it's truly everything you need in one little 5-module course. So if you want to purchase that, you can do that below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe. I'm always putting out new Yoga for Dancers content and would love to have you along for the journey. Thanks for practicing, y'all. Have a beautiful day. Hope you ride that yoga high the rest of your evening, whatever you're gonna do, and I will see you soon.